and Eastern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Today, Kentucky lawmakers are discussing a proposed name, image, and likeness bill. Athletics leaders from 3 Kentucky universities all gave their input on how it would work. Right now, the NCAA's rules on NIL are allowed in Kentucky under an executive order. Proposed legislation will go before the General Assembly in February. Victor Puente has the latest on that discussion.
When it comes to the drafted NIL legislation, officials with UK and U of L said they had 3 main goals.
Number 1, students can earn these things. Number 2, that we can impose reasonable conditions. There will be some debate over what reasonable conditions are, and that may someday be a matter for the court. And number 3, that we insulate and protect the universities as we already do against lawsuits through the form of immunity.
Student athletes across the state are already earning money, but the current rules are because of an executive order. The proposed legislation lifts many of the definitions that are already present in that order.
It requires that the compensation be equal to market value, and it carves out some common sense definition. It eliminates scholarships from the definition of compensation.
It also limits what those athletes can be associated with.
Anything related to alcohol, tobacco, sex-related, gambling, advertisements. So some of those things, it was pretty low-hanging fruit. We were able to pretty quickly gather consensus as a group.
UK's Executive Associate Athletics Director said their athletes have already entered into almost 500 transactions since the rules went into effect this summer.
And I'm very pleased to report that football and men's basketball are the first and second most transactions at Kentucky. But coming in third is our national champion volleyball team with those young ladies, those student athletes. Fourth is one that might surprise you at Kentucky. It's our women's track team. But that's because we have an international TikTok star on our women's track team that has about 500,000 followers.
We've already seen things that we never anticipated, and we've had to adapt to that. And I suspect in the months to come, we will continue to see things that we hadn't thought about.
That was Victor Puente reporting. Those officials said making sure student athletes receive training in business practices would also be an important part of moving forward with NIL. From unemployment to rising prices and supply shortages, the need to keep Kentucky families from going hungry has never been greater. That's why a fire at a Central Kentucky food bank is so devastating, especially as we head into the holiday season. Images from just after yesterday's fire show the scorched building and burned boxes of food. Thanks to an outpouring of support, the pantry was still able to have a food distribution today. At the same time, the woman charged in the fire went to court. Deborah Smalling had a not guilty plea entered for her this morning in Garrett District Court. She was released from jail after making bond. Police say she admitted to throwing a lit cigarette in rubbish beside the food pantry.
Yeah, we know her. At first I was angry, but all thing we do is pray for her.
Kentucky State Police and Lancaster Police will host a food drive for the Garrett County Food Pantry. Donations can be dropped off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the KSP post in Richmond or the Lancaster Police Department. A big arrest in Georgetown over the weekend. Police caught a suspected serial shoplifter believed to have stolen more than $200,000 worth of items. Officers arrested 36-year-old Michael Reed at Kohl's on Saturday. Police say he was targeting the jewelry counter. He is also suspected of hitting Kohl's stores in Lexington, Richmond, and Louisville. He is charged with theft by unlawful taking of more than $10,000.
So they've had an email chain going back and forth, and it's a really great job of the loss prevention people to be on their toes and recognize this person and call us so quickly and for us to respond.
Michael Reed has been charged with theft by unlawful taking and possession of burglary tools. We have an update on an Amber Alert involving a Kentucky teenager. Police now believe 16-year-old Amber Claire from Beaver Dam, Kentucky may be in northern Michigan. Police say she was kidnapped by her uncle, Jacob Claire. He also took his 3-year-old son Noah with him. Michigan State Police say they may be in the Harbor Springs area.
After a sunny start to the day around the mountains, a lot of us have seen clouds move in this afternoon and evening. Some are seeing those clouds move out. Others seeing some showers along with them. I-64 camera at Moorhead, you see the overcast moving over a little bit earlier, and notice in that last frame, a little bit of shine on the roadway. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit in the way of some sprinkles and light showers with this band of rain we've been watching. I-75 at Mount Vernon couldn't be a more different story, where we're seeing even a little bit of sunset out there at this hour as that sun gets ready to set. Most of us a chilly afternoon, just about all of us in those 40s, from the upper 40s in parts of the Cumberland Valley to the low 40s as you head up toward the Big Sandy. Even Wise checking in the middle 30s right now. Now, to be sure, some of this band is seeing some rain reach the ground, but others, not everybody is seeing it as this thing moves off to from the south and west to the north and east. Some sprinkles, some light showers possible, but a lot of us will stay on the dry side as the air is just plenty dry out there as we head through the evening hours. So keep that WYNT weather app handy. We'll eventually break these clouds up and head down into the 30s for overnight lows tonight. We've got some near spring-like temperatures on the way as we head toward the middle of the work week, and I'll have the details on those coming up in a few short minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. A major outage that was affecting all transactions on motor vehicles in Kentucky got resolved this afternoon. The Franklin County Court reported the outage this morning on Facebook. It impacted the entire state transportation cabinet. That they say now, though, the system is back up and running. It's not clear what caused that outage. While we had a disappointing loss to Tennessee in football, the Big Blue Nation has another chance to beat the Volunteers as the Kentucky Blood Center kicks off the annual Big Blue Crush. Anna Burniston brings us the details of why this year's blood drive is more important than ever.
For the 34th year, the Kentucky Blood Center and the Knoxville's Medical Regional Blood Center are competing to see which fan base can come out with the most blood donations.
The third week of November, we try to get after each other a little bit and see who can win. We've won the last 2 years in a row, so we're hoping to continue our winning ways this year.
But while it's a fun competition, the need for blood donations is greater than ever as centers face unprecedented shortages due to the pandemic.
We have less days that we're collecting blood because of the holidays. Certainly we have less drives on the days where we are collecting blood. And so coming out of a pandemic where we're already seeing national critical blood shortages, it's even more important this year than ever before for people to come out and donate.
Now, while O positive or negative is the most sought after blood type just due to the fact that they're mostly universal, the Kentucky Blood Center says anyone is welcome to donate as all blood types are needed due to the short supply.
Whatever your blood type is, it's important to donate. I would tell you we don't have a robust supply of any blood type on the shelves these days, and so it's really important for everyone to come out.
And for those that donate this week, they'll receive a limited edition t-shirt along with a coupon to Texas Roadhouse. But if you donate early, you could even win more prizes.
If you come out Monday or Tuesday this week, you'll get entered to win a 4-pack of tickets to UK's final home football game this Saturday. Lower bowl tickets, great to come and see Senior Day and wish the Cats well after a great season.
In Lexington, Anna Burniston, WKYT.
Now, closer to home, you can donate in Somerset and Pikeville. If you do plan on donating this year, the Kentucky Blood Center suggests you make an appointment so that they can maintain social distancing, but walk-ins are still welcome as space allows. Masks will be optional in Lee County schools starting today. The rule change applies to Central Office and the Middle High School. The Times-Tribune reports Whitley County is also making masks optional today. The March of Dimes, a nonprofit that helps improve the health of mothers and babies, claims the U.S. remains one of the most dangerous developed nations for childbirth. New data from the organization gives us a frightening look at the maternal health and infant crisis. The research shows more than 700 U.S. women die each year during childbirth, and more than 10% of infants are born prematurely. Those numbers only increase for minority women.
Today in this country, a Black or Indigenous woman is 60% more likely to give birth prematurely, and that just simply is unacceptable.
Health experts agree this crisis does not have one root cause or single solution, but they say research, education, and a comprehensive policies change could help to move the needle. Kentucky conservation officers are setting traps to stop illegal deer hunting. The Department of Fish and Wildlife worked an operation in Bullitt County over the weekend. Officers set up realistic deer decoys in a place where hunting is illegal. Officials say setups like this are designed to weed out illegal poachers from regular hunters. Modern gun season started Saturday. Fish and Wildlife says the day before is usually a popular night for poaching. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, Americans planning to travel this holiday season could expect to pay an average of about $1,800. We'll have some tips on how to save up for those trips.
And we've got a big warming trend on the way for the first half of the work week. I'll have the latest on that when showers may return as well coming up.